Hello Swamplings! Today we got a special episode. Brand new album by 21 Pilots has officially just dropped, and I have been able to give this album a good, solid listen to. And I can definitely say right off the bat, it's a very enjoyable album. It's exactly what I expected from 21 Pilots. And based off of the 4 songs that they did release before the album, and compared to the rest of the album, the first 4 songs are definitely some of the weaker songs in my opinion. But not every single one of them. I still love Jumpsuit, I still love Nico and the Manners, and I still love My Blood very much. But Levitate is just one of those songs that didn't really grasp me all that much, even from the beginning to now. It's not a big favorite of mine, but the remainder of the album is a lot of fun, and I'm just gonna dive right into this. But before I talk too much about the remainder of the album, I want to talk about the one single I didn't talk about that much, which is My Blood. And My Blood is definitely quite a bop. It has a lot of reminiscences of the disco-y type of style a little bit here and there, especially as it picks up into the chorus. Just the way Tyler's vocals really pitch into that much higher range on this song. It feels good. It has a nice good feeling, and at the same time you really feel and you get to understand exactly where Tyler's coming from when he's talking about his blood, my blood, and all that. Just the way it comes across is just very enjoyable, very fun, and very well put together. Now, as I continue on, I want to be talking about most of the songs that I consider to be my standouts, or whether they stand out in a good way or a bad way. I want to be mentioning and talking about these songs. And one of the first songs that really stands out to me is the song Morph. Now, this song, when I first was listening to it, it really sounded uniquely strange and different. Following right after Levitate on the album, this song really has something different, but at the same time still maintains the mainstream style that a lot of people like about 21 Pilots, especially most of their fans, being the fact that we are coming straight from their most popular album, Blurry Face, which had a lot more of a mainstream sound to it. And being that we hear on this song and throughout most of the first half of this album as well, just a lot more mainstream sounding songs. And Morph is definitely one of those more mainstream sounding ones, but at the same time it still takes those elements of what 21 Pilots is, almost as if they themselves, based off of what they're talking about in the song, are really trying to show that they're still being themselves, but at the same time they are literally almost trying to morph into someone or something else on the song just to make it sound mainstream, sound popular and everything, which is kind of the concept that they were going through on this song, just trying to almost stay relevant or something, or to blend in. Just the way Power's vocals and lyrics come across on the song are just very interesting and very unique. Now, the next song I wanted to talk about is the 5th track on the album, Chlorine. This song, when I first heard this, I'm like, holy crap, this song is about suicide. So, especially like you can really tell based off of how he's saying, I'm sipping on straight chlorine and everything, but throughout the verses, he's pretty much trying to say that he's going through these struggles and insecurities and everything still, a lot of which came from that Blurryface era and on the last album. But throughout this album, Tyler is trying to like overcome these insecurities, and as he's fighting through and everything, he's thinking about like committing suicide throughout the song. And it's just the way he like comes across, and he's saying that he'd rather than being where he's at, like he feels like he'd be almost like better off and feel better if he did like drink chlorine and all these chemicals and such and everything, that it would be better off. But as he's fighting through the song and everything, he's still alive, he's still like all this. But so everything is working out, and as we come out of this song, we lead into a more love song kind of thing towards his wife Jenna. Now, this song is called Smithereens. It is he's basically referencing and saying that he would do anything to keep her protected, even if like he goes up against like this really big guy. And he mentions how he weighs only like 153 pounds, and that he knows that he would get beaten to a pulp, but he would do anything to make sure that she stays safe. So it's a love protection type of song and everything, and it's just a memory and everything. The Tyler isn't afraid to make music about his wife Jenna and everything, even though he's trying to branch off and stay away from the mainstream a bit and everything. So it's not as if like he has sold out or whatever. It's a lot of like crazy mumble stuff going on with that theme and everything, but either way, Smithereens is a unique song. It's very unique, and the style is very unique, and it's a song that I enjoy, but it's not necessarily one of my favorites at the same time. But at the same time, it stood out just with the concept of the song. The next song I wanted to talk about is The Hype. Now, this song is a very unique song. This was the first song that I really felt like 21 Pilots and Tyler were being like super like true to themselves, rather than trying to not necessarily stay in the mainstream sounding and stay relevant with the modern sounds. But this song, The Hype, definitely has a lot more substance. I love the musicality behind it. The first time I was listening through it, I can definitely say that it really sounded as if it was influenced a little bit by the orchestration behind the Verve's Bittersweet Symphony. Like I can hear some like influences from that in there, but at the same time it just sounds so unique to itself and different that it is its own song. But I love that almost like orchestral sound and everything, and just that sound and style of the music throughout the song. And the lyrics themselves, it's referencing pretty much to like the hype of like the album and everything. So it's pretty much like it's a really good song. It's a really good sound and really good enjoyable song. Now there's a few more songs that I really wanted to mention. One of which was Pachita. And this song, it's a very unique, weird song. Like, it takes it in ways, it just reminds me of a nice blend of Blurryface and like Vessel just on this song, and it's crazy just the way he comes across within that second verse or whatever it is. It's the chorus or whatever, when he's talking about his pet cheetah, and he named him Jason Statham, and it's just kind of like it was like super random, but at the same time it's like kind of cool and kind of funny. But there's a lot about this song that's just very unique and very interesting, and it's really good. I like it a lot. There's probably gonna be a lot of people that might not be like super into the song, but I really like it a lot. We'll see how it like grows on me over time, but that's the way I feel about Pet Cheetah. Another song that stands out is the song Bandito, and it's a much slower song. It really builds up though to something greater towards like the end, kind of like a lot of Twenty One Pilots songs really do. A lot of those, even like Jumpsuit and Car Radio and songs like that, they really like to like have like a style, or like that, not necessarily style, but a good pace, and it slowly just picks up throughout the song to like an exploding ending. And Bandito is one of those songs that does that, and does that very well, and I really like how that song does that and goes throughout. Now, there's two more songs we wanted to talk about, one of which is Legend. This song is about Tyler's grandfather. It is for me, it's a great, good sounding song. It sounds very good throughout. Musically, I love how it almost sounds like it's a fun song, but at the same time it's just an ode to his grandfather about his passing and everything. Recently, apparently he possibly died of like Alzheimer's or something like that. But either way, the song is referencing, basically saying that he is a legend and that he looked up to him, and that he's pretty much sorry he didn't get to spend the time that he wanted to with him and wanted to come up, but he ends the song pretty much saying that he'll see him again and they'll have lunch soon. So it's just a sweet song that Tyler decided to write about his grandfather. And the last song I want to talk about is Leave This City. This song is a great closer. If there's one thing that Twenty One Pilots has been good at doing, it's writing a really good, solid closing track to an album. Like the first closing song I ever heard and listened to fully was Gone from Blurryface, and I love how that song really brought the album to a close. And I went back and listened to Truce from Vessel, and I really love how that song brought the album to a close. Like it's always been like nice, slow, almost very, not necessarily epic sound, but always knows how to like. I said this on like Bandito, how song picks up a little bit throughout and everything, and really closes out with a bang, and just the overall sound. But Leave the City actually feels almost kind of like that Truce or Goner type of sound and style to it, which is good because a lot of people will be expecting this type of stuff from 21 Pilots, and I feel like 21 Pilots really pretty much lived up to their hype of this album, even though they were really trying to like lower the hype down a lot, which obviously wasn't very like successful at doing so. But those are all the songs that I really wanted to talk about. How do I feel about this album? Well, I already kind of like summarized that up a little bit, but I do enjoy this album. The album did live up to the hype in my opinion, and I really enjoyed just about every single song on this album. I really almost have no complaints on listening. Like at first, there were certain songs like Neon Gravestones and such when listening to the first time, it's just kind of like that. I don't know how I feel, but as I kept kind of like going back reading the lyrics and such like that, like I really got a good grasp of where it's coming from, and it actually felt a lot better after like just looking at all of that and giving the song a little bit of like a re-listen to it. I really appreciate the art, and I really enjoy the art that Tyler has brought to this album. It's definitely something great, and I would give this album a solid 4 out of, not 4 out of 5, but I would give it a solid probably 8 out of 10. It is really good, but it's, at the same time, it still has its little minor faults to the point where it just, I don't know, just almost isn't like super great at the same time. It's not super great, but it's great. It's good. It's good quality 21 Pilots. It's almost as if they're trying to play it safe a little bit with what they know what their fans want, and at the same time being able to do what they want a little bit as well throughout the album. So just because of that, like they didn't experiment too differently in my opinion, but at the same time it's just a lot. It's just a lot of like the same stuff in a slightly different way, just to keep themselves relevant somewhat. But that is literally everything I have to say about this album. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Comment what you think of the album in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with all of my latest videos and content. And I will see you guys in the next video.